Good morning, 10th January 2021. Avyakt Murli, revised course 9th October 87. The title of the Murli is News of the Alaukic Royal Court. Om Shanti. Today, Bab Dada is looking at the royal court of his children who have a right to self-sovereignty. Out of the total cycle, this Alaukic code of the confluence age is unique. It has elevated pride. It is most distinctive and the loveliest of all. The spiritual sparkle, the spiritual lotus seat, the spiritual crown and tilak, the sparkle of the face, and the alaukic fragrance of the atmosphere of the elevated awareness of the stage of this royal court are delightful and extremely attractive. Seeing such a gathering and every self-sovereign soul, Bab Dada is very pleased. It is such a huge court. Every Brahmin child is a self-sovereign, a master of the self. So there are so many Brahmin children. If you held a court of all the Brahmins together, it would be such a big royal court. There isn't such a big court in any other age. The speciality of the confluence age is that all the children of the highest on high Father become masters of the self. In a Laukic family, every father says to his children, "This child of mine is my king child," or his wish is that every child of his should become a king. However, not all the children can become kings. They have copied the Supreme Father in this saying. At this time, all the children of Bab Dada are definitely Raj Yogis, that is, masters of the self. They are number-wise Raj Yogis. None of them are Praja Yogis. Means yogis who become a subject. So Bab Dada was looking at the unlimited royal gathering. Bab Dada is saying, all of you consider yourself to be masters of the self. Do you not? Are all you children who have come masters of the self, or do you still have to become that? You are new and so you are learning how to meet and get together. You will continue to develop the habit of understanding the Avyakt things that the Avyakt Father tells you. Nevertheless, you will appreciate this fortune worth even more later rather than you do now. How fortunate all of souls us are. Bab Dada was telling you news of the Alaukic royal court. Baba's attention was specially being drawn to the crown and the sparkle on the faces of the children, even against his conscious wish. The crown is a symbol of purity, the speciality of Brahmin life. The sparkle on the face is the sparkle of spirituality and of being stable in a spiritual stage. Even when you look at someone ordinarily, your vision will first of all go to the face. Your face is a mirror of your attitude and stage. So, Bab Dada was seeing that there was a sparkle on everyone, but one were of those who were always stable in the stage of spirituality, those who had this stage naturally and easily, and others stabilized in this stage through the practice of the spiritual stage. On the one hand, there were those who easily had this stage, and on the other hand were those who had to make effort to remain stable in this stage. That is, one kind were easy yogis and the other were yogis who had to make effort. There was a difference in the sparkle of the two. One had natural beauty and the other had beauty through effort, just as people nowadays look beautiful because of their makeup. The sparkle of natural beauty is always constant, whereas the sparkle of the other beauty is sometimes very good and sometimes only to a certain percentage. It is not always the same, not always stable. So the stage of constantly being an easy and natural yogi enables you to become a number one self-sovereign. Since all you children have promised to lead a Brahmin life, that is, the one Father is your world, and that you belong to the one Father and none other, since the Father is your inner world and there is no one else. When the Father is your world, that is the inner world, and there is no one else, you would naturally and easily have a constantly yogi stage, would you not? Or would you have to make effort? If there is anyone else, you have to make effort to stop your intellect going there and see that it goes here. However, when the one Father is everything, where would the intellect go? Nowhere. Since it cannot go anywhere, what practice will it have? There is a difference in the practice too. One is a natural practice, it is always in that stage, Swata Yogi, and the other is a practice through making effort. When the self-sovereign children are those who have this practice easily, it is a sign of that they are easy and natural yogis. The sparkle on their faces is alaukik, so that as soon as others see their faces, they experience those souls to be souls who are embodiments of elevated attainments and easy yogis. When someone has physical wealth or has attained a physical status, you can tell by the sparkle on his face that he is from a wealthy family or has claimed a high status. In the same way, the intoxication and the sparkle of this elevated attainment, this elevated right to a kingdom, that is, the attainment of an elevated stage, is visible on their faces. Let the sparkling faces of all the self-sovereign children always be like this. Let signs of effort not be visible. Let signs of attainment be visible. Even now, when you see the faces of some children, you say this one has attained something. Whereas for other children, when you see their faces, you say this is a high destination and they have very high renunciation. From their faces, their renunciation would be visible, but their fortune would not be visible, or it would be said that this one is making very good effort. Bab Dada wants the sparkle of an easy yogi to be seen on the face of each of you children. Let the sparkle of the intoxication of elevated attainments be visible, because you are the children of the Father who is the treasure store of attainments. In the blessed time of the conference age, you have a right to claim all attainments. How can we have constant yoga? How can we have a constant experience and experience the treasure store? Do not keep wasting your time making effort for this now, but easily experience the fortune of being an embodiment of attainment. The time of completion is coming close. If even now you are busy making effort for one thing or another, then the time for attainment will end. So, when would you be then experiencing being an embodiment of attainment? Baba says the conference age and Brahmin souls have the blessing. May you be full of all attainments. You don't have a blessing. May you always be an effort maker, but you have the blessing of having all attainments. Blessed souls who have received the blessing of attainments cannot be caught up in carelessness. Therefore, they don't have to make effort. So, do you understand what you have to become? So, Baba says in the royal court, it is now clear what the speciality of having a right to the kingdom was. Is it not? You have a right to the kingdom, do you not? Or are you still thinking about whether you have this or not? You have become the children of the bestower of fortune and the bestower of blessings. A king means a bestower of fortune, one who gives. If you lack nothing, what would you take? So, did you understand? Baba says the new children have to stay in this experience. Do not waste your time battling. If you waste your time battling, you will be battling in your final moments too. What will you then become? Those who are battling will go into the moon dynasty. I am moving along, I am doing this, it will happen, I will get there. Do not still keep this type of aim now. If not now, then never. Ab nahi to kab nahi. If you are going to become something, it has to be now. If you are going to attain something, it has to be now. Only those who have such zeal and enthusiasm will reach their complete destination on time. Baba says none of you is ready to become Rama or Sita of the Silver Age. Since you want to go into the Sun Dynasty of the Golden Age, then the Sun Dynasty means to be a constant master bestower of fortune and bestower of blessings. Not one who has a desire to take. I should receive some help. It would be very good if this should happen. I will then claim a good number. Bab Dada says, no, you are receiving help. Everything is happening. This is known as being children who are self-sovereign, masters of the self. Do you want to move forward? Or is it that because you have come later, you want to stay at back? The easy way to go ahead is to become an easy and natural yogi. It is very easy. Since there is only the one Father, since there is no one else, where else would you go? Since there is attainment upon attainment, why would it take effort? So take benefit of the time of attainment. Become an embodiment of all attainments. Do you understand? Bab Dada wants each child, even the last one, as well as those who come at the beginning of the establishment, every child to become number one. Become kings, not subjects. Acha. Groups from Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh have come. Look, the word Maha means great, is so good. The place Maharashtra has the word Maha in it, and so you also have to become great. You have become great, have you not? Because to belong to the Father means to become great. You are great souls. Brahmins means great. Your every action is great. Every word is great, and every thought is great. They have become alaukic, have they not? So those of you from Maharashtra, those of you from Maharashtra always be embodiments of the awareness that you are great. Brahmins means the great top knot, does it not? Madhya Pradesh are those who always maintain the intoxication of Madhya Jibhav, the middle one, Vishnu. Together with Man Manabhav, you also have the blessing of Madhya Jibhav. So your heavenly form is called Madhya Jibhav. You are those who maintain the intoxication of your elevated attainment. That is, you are those who remain stable in the form of the mantra of Madhyaji Bhav. You are also great. If you are Madhyaji Bhav, then you would definitely be Manmanabhav too. So Madhya Pradesh means those who have become embodiments of the great mantra of Manmanabhav, Madhyaji Bhav. So both of you are with your own specialities. Do you understand who you are? Baba says, from the time you began the first lesson, you just made this vow, who am I? Father also reminds you of the same thing. Churn this. There is just the one expression, who am I? But it has so many answers. Make a list of who am I, Acha? Now, Babdada is giving the blessings. Babdada is saying, good morning, diamond morning to all of you. Always be a diamond and take the speciality of this diamond age as a blessing and an inheritance. You will then remain stable in a golden stage, and you will always continue to give others a similar experience. So a diamond morning to the double hero child children everywhere. Acha. Blessing. May you be one with merciful feelings, who has pure and positive thoughts for others and uplift those who defame you. Blessing, may you be one with merciful feelings, who has pure and positive thoughts for others and uplift those who defame you. No matter what type of soul comes into contact with you, whether Satoguni or Tamoguni, you are those who always have pure and positive thoughts for them. That is, you uplift those who insult you. Never have any vision of dislike towards any soul, because you know that that soul is under the influence of ignorance, that he is without understanding. Let there be mercy and love, not dislike, for that soul. Souls who have pure and positive thoughts for the others never think, why did this one do this? They would always think of how they can benefit that soul. This is the stage of a well-wisher. Slogan, with the power of tapasya, make the impossible possible and become an embodiment of success. Slogan, with the power of tapasya, make the impossible possible and become an embodiment of success. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Have a great day. Om Shanti.